Welcome to Xbox Uncut. My name is Jason, and we're here for another episode. And we have so many letters, and we have one very long letter. But before we get to the letters, let's see our co-hosts. We have Dustin.
I'm playing Minecraft. Leave me alone.
Will. What's up, Will?
Hello. Yeah, not much. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yes.
Steph. Hello, Steph.
What up?
And of course, not as always, Eric. Eric, what's up, Eric? Eric.
Yes.
Eric.
I'm here. Hello. Hello. Yes.
Never
Best
fails.
intro ever. It's there.
You know, it's not even that it's a skit. This actually
I
happened.
apologize. Sorry.
Just for people that are...
Hello, everybody. Hi.
You think it's a joke?
You think
but
it's a joke that we set this up, but it's not. Okay. Well, let's get started with these letters because, like I said, we have 4 today, and we got one long-ass one. And like they say, be careful what you wish for. So we're definitely going to read it, but
Can
just
I?
give us a moment. Yes,
I'm excited for Minecraft on the Switch.
that's nice.
I want it, Jason. I need it.
Are they going to
I
have
don't know
realms?
why. I don't know why I want to ruin my life by playing another 1,000 hours of Minecraft.
You don't know why you want to give Microsoft even
don't
more
do it.
money for Minecraft?
Don't do
I
it,
know it's another $30.
Is it gonna be $30?
Hell yeah, it's Minecraft. This shit's $30.
Microsoft's like, this is some money for...
Money.
All right.
Like, it's gonna be fucking $30.
Is that for physical and digital?
I believe so. That shit's gonna be expensive. And you know what? You're gonna be sitting there, and your kids gonna be like, "Dad, we want Minecraft."
No, they don't even know.
You're gonna be like, "No, you don't need
know.
that."
They think I'm playing the iPad, man. I think I'm playing the iPad when I got that shit. It's funny.
They're like, "Hell no, we need that shit on the Switch."
Nah. See, I got it and I'm playing it. They think it's an iPad. It's funny.
It's diabolical.
All right. From
Evil
Sam. Greetings,
Hello,
gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Hello, Sam. Greetings, Senor.
Love the show. Thank you, Sam.
We love you, Sam.
Which system will you guys purchase when launched? The $400 base model Scorpio or the $600 Scorpio Elite? I think you're kind of
If
getting
they're
ahead of
launching
yourself.
at separate times, I'll buy both. If
Yeah.
they're launching on the same day, it's the more expensive one.
Do any of you plan on buying day one? Thank you. Love, Sam. Love you too, Sam. Thank you.
I'm planning on buying Day Zero.
Yeah, me and-
that's what they did.
yeah.
The Day Zero edition when the Xbox One first launched.
Nice.
That's the plan.
Me and Dusty will get day one. Who else is here? It's going.
Eric is going to
on.
get Day One just because it's Eric.
Eric's going to order 2.
Eric's going to order 4. Eric's going to be like, you know what? I need the toilet Xbox Scorpio. I'm going to have my toilet 4K TV.
I might have to get. We'll see. We'll see. Probably. One is definite. Definite. Let's leave it.
Because
At that.
here's Eric. Eric be like, I need that 4K. And I know that's what
That's
I'm going to get
true, though.
messages.
That's
I'm
true.
going to get those messages
Yes,
like
you will
leading
get
up to
messages
launch
like that.
from Eric. It's just going to be like, I'm just going to see on Steam that 4K.
Pretty
and that's
much. Pretty much. Yes.
Well, can I have some money, Eric, since you're so rich?
The way you said that,
billionaire.
the way Will said that. Wow.
Well, yeah, I'll get
So
day one.
how's that GTX 1080 Ti holding up, Eric?
you fucking-
Let's talk about that another time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm contemplating on waiting if I can say this, and let me explain myself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's not because I can't afford it or I don't want it.
Who the?
I
wait,
want the
Steph,
special. I want the special edition, man. I know they're gonna fucking.
You
I
know
done
what,
got
like,
screwed
like,
out of the Gears of War,
It'll be
Xbox
like a
One, and all
whole
that shit.
year.
I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of
Yeah.
fucking. I want a red one or some shit.
Wait,
I
what
want,
if you get it and it has that that rumor to have that original Xbox logo on the front of it? Would it matter? Because that's the rumor that they got that.
that only gonna be
great
like the
X
launch
on it.
ones or something?
Yeah, they're saying it looks nice, and there's rumors about it looking.
No, man. I mean, I ain't gonna be able to wait. I would like to be like, nah, I'll wait until Halo come out and get the Halo one next year.
Yeah,
no,
but the
my
problem
ass.
is that you might be like, damn, look how that Forza 7 look up. I gotta get it. Just buy it just for that.
Fuck that. I'm getting a day one.
Yeah,
You've convinced me.
Yeah, I'll get a day one as well.
Now the question of, are you going to buy
have
the
it
$400
easier.
version or the $600 version? One, we don't even know what kind of versions they're having yet. But honestly, it depends on what the upgraded version has. If they offer like a $500 with a 1 terabyte SSD, yes. If all it is that it's like another gigabyte hard drive, it's like, no, I'll just use my external. I don't care. I'll just get the $400 version. But if it's an SSD, yes, definitely.
There will not be an SSD.
Why
guaranteed.
not?
I
Damn
don't think
it.
there'll be a pro version.
No,
of
you're
it
not
at
going to
all.
see that. It will
Why
not be any
not?
access.
Maybe a hybrid, maybe.
What?
Phil
I don't
Spencer-
think you'll see,
They've
because if
already
they did
done
a
it.
pro version, it'd be like $600. Like, it's going to be expensive.
Phil Spencer, if
Yeah.
you're listening, I will buy an SSD version. All right?
Yeah, we'll make you one.
I'll be the one to do it.
The one person.
No, I'm.
Yeah.
You know what'd be
Dude,
nice if the
a lot of
pro,
people
if
would buy
the
an
Scorpio
SSD
allowed
version.
you to change out the internal to a faster
Yeah.
internal. That'd be
cool.
nice.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Not gonna happen.
You stop ruining my dreams.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the one with the highest like terabyte that's in them. I'm gonna get that one probably. I mean, I have an external already, but I like to have as much hard
Internal
drive space as
space.
possible. So yeah.
Just give me the 1 terabyte. I'll be good. Throw my external on there. That's it.
Well, thank you, Sam. I hope we answered your question. We're going to move on to the next letter. From Malik. Hey, Uncut. That sounds so terrible. Was wondering if Call of Duty World War II would be a good game to co-pilot with my 60-year-old Special Forces uncle. Also, what game would you guys co-pilot with an older friend or family member? Keep up the good work. And gamertag Malik Azari, yeah. I'll put that in the
So, what
chat.
I would say, like, it depends. If you're trying to get somebody that's never played video games before, like, I'd probably co-pilot stuff like The Walking Dead, like the Telltale game, or specifically Minecraft, something like that. Something simple, which I can help them with the understanding how to use dual analog sticks, and then move on to something like Halo, or go with the Master Chief Collection. And that way, you could sit there and kind of build up their dexterity for controllers, and get them to realize how to play video games by themselves.
Or just try to be funny and have one person have the trigger to shoot and the other person have to aim and walk around. it's just there.
Yeah.
Shoot, Dad! Shoot!
So what you do is you start them out with something like Dustin said, and then you give them Resident Evil 7, something like that. That scare the shit out of them. That's what I would
They'll
do.
never play video games again.
I don't think
Yeah.
you're gonna scare the shit out of a 60-year-old Special Forces veteran.
Shit.
with,
I don't know.
Resident
I don't
Evil
know.
7.
I don't know.
Shell
No.
shock. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's
You
probably
might
true.
not
They
wanna
fucking
sit
had a
there.
heart attack. Fucking playing Halo.
Yeah, that's true.
They're coming through the windows. You're gonna be like, no, it's just a covenant. Don't worry. It's cool.
Oh
We're
God.
gonna kill them all. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, also it depends on what is his uncle, right, or is his dad?
Uncle.
Uncle. Yeah, it depends on what his uncle is into too. What types of games? Like, if he's into like
He's in a sci-fi Mass Effect. I mean, you can really do anything. Like,
yeah. Oh.
Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
yeah, totally. Get him into a fighting game. Get him into Killer Instinct, and just do the fucking combos for him.
And you don't. Well, I would even try not even worrying about co-pilot. Try games like what's that cooking? That one cooking game, Dusty.
Overcooked,
Yeah,
Overcooked.
just try Overcooked.
Undercooked.
Yeah, we called it Undercooked too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, try Overcooked. Even if you don't even do it with co-pilot, that game is a good way of just like kind of easing someone into twin stick or just using 2 analog sticks and just having fun. I mean,
Just curious,
co-pilot.
how did that game never get a Gordon Ramsay DLC pack
I don't know.
where he's just like, it's raw? Like, it'd be funny. and
They don't have the money.
turn it into a character.
I think that game would have done pretty good. Didn't it hit MPD or some shit?
Well, Gordon Ramsay has a lot of money. I don't know if they can buy Gordon Ramsay.
I don't like Gordon Ramsay. He's mean. He's a
It's
mean man.
hilarious. Did you ever see the video on YouTube?
Gordon Ramsay's a meanie.
Gordon Ramsay with kids versus people
Yeah, it's
with
great.
adults. This shit's fucking perfect.
You, get the fuck out.
Fuck out! Don't cry.
Yeah.
Oh, you did a great job, kid. Yeah, man, there's like I would try it out. Like, try out COD World War II, see if he can find a fun way of doing co-pilot, see if he's into it. I mean, it's better than just them sitting there watching you play it. Like, that's never good. Like, but, yeah,
I said I'd start off small and
Yeah.
then just,
Yeah. Also, as weird as this might sound, I think maybe if you have access to Connect, that would have like a really good way to, because it's kind of it's like a Wii U kind of, well, not Wii U, like a Wii-ish.
Well,
like,
Connect
experience
Sports is
with-
still fun. Like, people
Yeah.
forget that. It's still really
Fruit
fun.
Ninja. Have them play Fruit Ninja. That's my shit.
Yeah, that too. Like, there's a lot of good games on there, like Fru and Connect Sports, that you guys said. Lots of good games. That's a good thing that the original Xbox is good for, because it has a dedicated Connect port and all that stuff. So I would definitely hold on to that one and maybe put it somewhere where you have a lot of space and have a nice, Connect Xbox experience or whatever. So I mean, I think it's definitely a good, like, casual friendly device and set of games. So try that too if you have access to it. If not, not a big deal. But yeah, I can't see the World War II thing being not too bad for your uncle if he likes that type of stuff. So that's cool.
Well, thank you for writing in, Malik. I hope we answered your question, and we're on to the big letter from Andrew, who apparently wants to kill me through reading.
Yeah, so I was wondering how are we going to break this one down? Like, how
I guess I'm just going to read it, and we're going to answer the questions as we go without spending too much time on any one.
Yeah, and that's not a bad letter or anything. It's very long, so it's
really
like,
long. Yeah, it's like question 1 paragraph.
it's like what I used to do when I used to write in.
Yeah. Hey, Uncut crew. That just sounds so bad. Could you guys just call us Xbox Uncut? Because it sounds...
Call us the Unsullied.
You can call us, I don't mind Uncut.
Hey.
It sounds like you're calling us the uncircumcised crew. It just sounds...
Hey, you guys came up with the name. You gotta run with it, man.
We
Uncircumcised crew.
we just gotta
Yeah,
change it.
we're all definitely not Jewish. So.
Just call us extra meat.
God. All right. I have 2 questions and a statement.
Okay.
Okay. In light of Phil Spencer's comments about single-player games and their place and impact in the industry, how is it that folks are so dismissive of the unknown? How is it that
It's
folks
easy. I just don't care.
Well, it's not that it's dismissive, it's that franchises that are known and that have already been out and marketed are ones that do well. And that people, like, someone might see Sunset Overdrive and Rise and just go, that's cool and all, but I don't know that, so I don't care. Like, you have COD clones all the time that just aren't popular, even if they might even be as good or better than COD. But people continue to play COD because they know COD. I mean, that's the thing. Yes, as of this writing, we know nothing about Xbox First Party beyond 2017. But it isn't like the last 3 years and a half have not proven Xbox's dedication to single-player games. I completely agree, and you're completely correct. Even if these games, Rise, Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, ReCore, weren't successful to the degree of Horizon Zero Dawn or Zelda Breath of the Wild were, up until this point, Xbox has been very invested in trying to produce single-player IP that sticks, which is why I asked the question, why are people both on Xbox side and PlayStation side so dismissive of Xbox after 4 months of only Halo Wars 2, which is awesome, by the way?
It's because this is how it's gone every year. Like, the beginning of last year, it was, oh my god, so, like, Sony has Bloodborne, or no, I don't know if Bloodborne was last year, but you know what I mean. They had these
last
3
year was
titles.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah,
There was
and it's
actually-
like, okay, what did they have for Christmas? Not really anything.
There was actually an article at the end of 2015 that was, the title of it was, Why Sony Are Geniuses for Not Releasing Any Games in the End of 2015.
Yes, I seen that.
And there's another article this year saying how Sony are smart for not having any titles at the end of this year.
There might be some truth to that, but I'll defer to you.
Well, the problem, yes, you are correct that Microsoft has done they've done, like, it's kind of mind-numbing when you see people say Microsoft hasn't done anything to try single player. You can complain about to the degree they've invested to try to do it. Like, maybe they haven't invested enough to make a good enough game. But you can't say they haven't tried. They've released a lot of single player games this generation. It's just a lot of them have not sticked. And you got a lot of people that complain that there's none, and they don't go out and buy these games. By the way, I'm not trying to say you should buy it. You should buy a game you're not interested in. No, but if you are interested in single player, at least give these games a chance. You know, give Sunset Overdrive a chance. Give Rise Son of Rome a chance. Honestly, I think Rise Son of Rome just got kind of stuck with all the stigma of the launch. It's actually a better game than people give it credit for.
Yeah, and Rise and Sunset both have a suite of both single and multiplayer elements, so it has pretty much everything you can ask for. I mean, Microsoft have pretty much everything they can ask for in those two games. The only thing that sucked about Rise was the kind of heavy-handed microtransaction stuff, which is hopefully not going to seep into their current games. But even stuff like Recore, as flawed as that was, it was still, you know, as a single player experience. And I think when they come out with the definitive edition, they're probably going to give it like another kind of new lease on life, because that way they have, hopefully they'll correct all the issues and add all the stuff that's supposed to be there at launch. So I'm thinking that Phil was like, oh, listen, I know we rushed this game out to come out, and we're going to like give it a few more, you know, months in the oven to get it like fully up and running, like, you know, just to have it like the way it's supposed to be. So hopefully that'll be good for the people who want to get, you know, play more Recore and kind of finally get into it like me, because I stopped playing it after a while because I just knew the DE, the definitive edition, was coming out. So I was like, all right, just hold off and play that version.
I will say that I completely agree with the idea, and I understand the frustration of saying why are people being so like insane about saying there's no games on Xbox since the beginning of this year. Because Xbox actually had a really big holiday last year, while Sony had almost nothing last holiday. They had The Last Guardian, but at the beginning of this year, Sony had a lot, while Xbox had a little. So it's a back and forth thing. If you actually go back and look at it, it's really back and forth. With like Xbox having almost nothing, PlayStation having a lot, and then PlayStation having almost nothing, and Xbox having a lot. And just
Well, also remember, we were supposed to get Scalebound, so that was going to be a huge. That would have been a really good like title to kind of fill in the genre that the Xbox is missing out on, which is the action RPG, which, you know, would have came out at the same time as Zelda and Horizon Zero Dawn, which would have been really interesting to see play out. So unfortunately, that didn't happen. I feel like Xbox still kind of owes us that type of game. I mean, it's as silly as that sounds, but you know.
Let's see. I understand this is a culmination of 1, not seeing sequels to these franchises, 2, the cancellation of Scalebound, Fable Legends, and the closure of first-party studios, and 3, fans not seeing where on earth any first-party games could come from. But I don't see how, based on the actions of the past 4 years where Xbox put its money where its mouth is, again, even if these IPs failed, have decided there must be nothing. This is mid-sentence, but I'm just going to stop there to comment. You're completely right. It is pretty insane, and me and Dusty have said it before. If you look at their track record, they have a track record of releasing games. And
new IPs, specifically.
And new IPs. And people saying, well, we don't know what devs could be working on it. So? I mean, like...
Nobody saw anybody working on Killer Instinct other than Rare, and guess what? Did Iron Galaxy, like, it happened.
Double Helix as well.
Yeah,
Insomniac working on Sunset Overdrive. Like, you never know. Like, what's that new? I keep forgetting. Was it Gobo Studios or?
Yeah, Studio Gobo. That's it.
Who thought that Sega would have fucking made goddamn Halo Wars 2?
Yeah,
I know.
A Creative Assembly.
Who would have called that?
Yeah,
like
who
nobody.
Who would have called Creative Assembly working on Halo Wars 2? No one. So
crazy.
You can't. I get it. Like, I'm not going to hate on everyone saying that, you know, they want to see where stuff... They want to know where, like, what to expect, and that's completely fair. But it is fair to also remember that they have delivered. Like, it's not like they haven't been delivering every year. So, like I've said before, and it sucks to say, and it sucks to have to hear, is you kind of just have to wait for E3. which is now 37 days away.
I know. Can't wait.
We cannot. We cannot not. Yeah, I shouldn't do that. We cannot not nor. I like that. Should we be so short-sighted? It is extremely short-sighted, but like you said, E3 is around the corner, and while I know the wait for E3 statement has been... Is this guy me? Did I write this letter and forget about it? Or, like, seriously? It's like I wrote this letter. Has been reported to death, and it is absolutely true. Note for question 1, some food for thought. Last time everyone flipped out about Xbox having nothing was during the 2013 Xbox One reveal fiasco, where people swore there was nothing, and the Xbox saying games will be at E3 was nothing, more than PR bullshit. We got the reveal of Sunset Overdrive, Titanfall, Killer Instinct, Rise, which have turned out to be some of the more beloved exclusives of this Xbox generation. Was Sunset Overdrive at 2013, or was that 2014?
14, I believe.
Yeah,
14.
I think that's 14. Yeah. But you're right on everything else.
Yeah. I think I got to address. Sorry. I feel like the thing is like there is just that genre, like I mentioned, that just wasn't filled in, like the Scalebound thing. So that's why people kind of like freaking out, and like I guess got kind of snowballed into like a certain situation that people didn't like Xbox to be in, which is like canceling games and stuff like that. I mean, they have their reasons for canceling these games,
which we've talked about before. By the way, to extent.
Yeah, well covered territory. But it's just like I think it's just the combination of things, and then Xbox being so quiet about their stuff and not really having an event, and so that kind of it can become frustrating to fans that want to hear more about it. But I mean, there are games. It's just we kind of have to wait for more. I mean, hopefully we don't have to wait too long, much more longer for like Crackdown and all the stuff we heard about so far. But I think it's going to be a good end of the year for Xbox. It's going to be very dicey with all the other big third-party titles like by Christmas. So we'll see how that goes.
How come? Well, this is question 2. How come when discussing which developer Xbox can partner with on a major exclusive, does everyone ignore existence of V1 Interactive? Look them up. This is developer started by Marcus Leto, I'm going to go with Leto, who was one of the original devs from Bungie from their time in Chicago up until leaving after being the creative director for Reach. This guy is credited with the creation of the Master Chief, and since opening his studio, V1 Interactive has amassed quite a bit of Bungie devs from their heyday. I generally believe this dev is Bungie of old reincarnated. So what gives with the zero acknowledgement of their existence? Not by you folks in particular, but by all of the usual suspects on the Xbox podcasting community. BGST, TXR, Podcast Unlocked, etc. Well, one, I'll say I've never even heard of this dev, so...
Yeah, me either.
And
I've heard of Marcus.
Before I even comment on it, I'm going to actually go look it up and think about it. Computer shit.
Yeah, I've heard of Marcus because he was on a lot of the behind-the-scenes Halo Reach docs and stuff like that. So I remember him, but I didn't remember what he was doing after that. I thought he was doing something else that wasn't game-related. But, I mean, that's cool. I mean, if he's doing another studio and they're actually making games for the Xbox, that'd be awesome. But I haven't seen any traction from them if that's the case. So maybe they'll have something coming up that'll be good,
It looks like their website is made by Squarespace. I'm trying to see if they've released any games yet, because if they haven't released any games, they could be working with Microsoft. You never know. It's just like Playground Games. Playground Games was created, the first project they ever did was Forza Horizon. I mean, you never know with these studios. V1 Interactive could also be working with Sony. You don't know. Like, it's more likely they're working with Microsoft, but like I said, you never know. They could also be working with Sony. It's cool. You got studios like this that people completely ignore. They don't follow them, and like I said, I didn't even know about them. It's kind of hard to follow all these studios. But yeah, thanks for bringing them to our attention. Definitely. You never know, though.
Yeah, that was a Steve Rules-like question.
Yeah, definitely.
Rules. They need to definitely take advantage of these studios like this that are like from former employees that that branch off and open up studios, because it seems like every time someone leaves, they end up at like EA or fucking Sony.
Oh God, and definitely don't go to Activision. Holy shit.
Or Activision.
Don't. Holy shit.
Yeah,
like Bungie.
Yeah, that's true.
And finally, my statement for all the listeners out there in podcast land. Oh, God, don't tell me. I'm going to read this without pre-reading it. So. Far too many gamers today, and keeping an eye on the opposing platforms, are all too eager to trash it more so than actually enjoying the games that they are playing. Too many are also in it for the hype more so than they are for the final product. Enjoy the games, my fellow gamers. There are some amazing games out there this gen. Don't allow yourselves to become jaded because of what the industry talking heads say or perceive. Opinions are fine, but not definitive to anyone outside of who that opinion belongs to. Be part of the conversation. It's great to discuss and be excited, but not at the cost of actually enjoying and playing some video games. That's a good statement. I agree with that.
Hear, hear.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
You must own all consoles.
Fuck it,
Own
fuck
them
that.
all.
My opinion's the best. Man, y'all should all do what I say.
Again, from Andrew. And I will put his...
Yep, Faith12. He's on Twitter. He's a good
Yeah,
guy. He's
yeah,
always
I've seen him.
big supporter of the show. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very, very good.
Email.
Letter. Very
Yeah,
good
excellent letter.
And like I said, it's almost as if I wrote that. So,
You got it in your head.
yeah,
Did-
pretty much.
Did you write that?
No.
Oh no, I know.
I,
There was.
I'm lazy. No, I didn't write that. But no, it's a fantastic letter, and I completely agree with pretty much everything in it. From Diesel78, another usual listener. Zup Uncut Crew, again with the Uncut Crew. Diesel78.
Stop hating on Uncut.
Extra meat.
Extra meat. 3 meats? No, okay. What
I'm that double mate.
What are your thoughts on Phil Spencer saying the games like Horizon Zero Dawn or Zelda not having the impact of service-based games do?
They don't.
They don't.
Smite and fucking
Overwatch.
Dota and
Diablo 3.
Overwatch. Like, those games fucking make far more money. Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
Forza
Make far
Horizon
more
3
money.
has been on the top 10 list for the past, since it launched. We'll just put it that way. Like, service-based games just generally have a huge...
Guess what?
bigger
Minecraft
impact.
is technically a service-based game now because they're not releasing Minecraft 2. They just keep releasing these fucking
Updates. Yeah.
updates, and they release like, oh, do you want the pretty skin? Cool, buy it.
No,
And
it is a
it's-
service-based game. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're fucking releasing skins like a motherfucker.
And as we said before, the year Uncharted 4 came out on the MPD top 20, it didn't even break top 20. Meanwhile, Halo 5, the year it came out, was number 11. Like, service-based games have a bigger impact, whether you like it or not. What Phil Spencer said, he didn't say it to say single-player games suck. No, he said it to he was just saying the truth. Whether you enjoy hearing the truth or not, just...
Even Uncharted's going to the service-based way. If you see
Yeah,
all the
it has to.
updates they made.
Well, just look at Destiny. What game from the year Destiny came out, that single player, are we still talking about? And people are still playing in huge amounts.
Nobody
I think
plays
Phil
single-player
Spencer,
one-on-one.
basically keeps setting himself up because he's kind of weak. That's all I'll say.
Weak. Get the fuck
Weak.
out of here.
What's the most popular game on PlayStation?
It's probably like Overwatch or something.
Call of Duty.
Call of
Listen,
Duty.
all I'm saying is Phil
What's
Spencer
the
got
second
on-
most popular game on PlayStation? Another multiplayer
Yeah,
service-based
but
game.
hold on a minute.
What's
Look,
the third
that's-
most
that's-
popular
that's-
game on
look,
PlayStation?
Here's the problem.
Another
Here's the problem.
service-based game.
Here's the problem, okay? He got on Twitter, and he went into first he was like, okay, yeah, well, that's just a fact. That's what it is. He was like, he went diametric on Twitter. Then he flips it, right? Hold on a minute. Hold on. He flips it when he gets the hate. He can't stay. You understand? Somebody else was on his account or something. Okay, the very first time. I don't care what anybody says. The very first time, he was like, "That's just a fact." Next thing you know, he's apologizing to Sony. People who hate Microsoft to death. I read his whole timeline. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" That's what I'm saying. He's just a very weak person. Because I would not apologize if that is my stance. It's like you,
That's how
anybody
we
who
are.
likes. You know what I mean? Like if I'm an Xbox person or if I like PlayStation, right?
I'm not going to
Yeah,
apologize for Uncut. I'm not going to do it.
exactly. You're not going to apologize.
We got,
So we got him
for the sake of-
apologizing for damn it, for no reason, and that goes to show you his character. Obviously, what he said the first time was
I
correct.
think that's a little bit of
Yeah.
a stretch that shows his character.
No,
I mean,
this has happened a lot. I think Will and Steph or Ford can say we've seen that a lot. You know, he this time he really saw it. Like,
Yeah,
he really saw it. You know,
I think what Eric's saying is Phil is soft. He's not hardcore.
he's soft. Something going
he's
on.
not a
with that
huge
guy.
fanboy that fucking will sit there.
No. It's not about that, Dustin. It's not about that. It's about sticking to what you say. Look at Greenberg. Look at Albert Pinello. Look at Mike Ybarra. They don't.
The
play
difference
games.
is that if you
You know,
asked
like-
Phil Spencer today if he agrees with the statement he made, he would say yes.
Well, he said yes, but he keeps
He never
on.
denied that what he said isn't
No,
the
but
truth.
you're not. I think you're overlooking.
He
Really
said
what
sorry because he thought he was being too harsh on Twitter.
but you know what I mean. I've looked at his other comments. He even said, I think it was either today or yesterday, some other guys asked him who doesn't even care. And you can look, who doesn't even really care about Xbox. He has some crazy, like, hateful things all the way up and down his page. Like, what the heck is this, you know? And he's saying, yes, we're not ditching single player games. Like, you know, like, yeah.
Wait, that's not apologizing. That's
But
just
yes, it
reaffirming
is.
what he was
That's-
saying. No, he's not.
but he
No.
is
Oh, hold
apologizing.
on. Hold on, Eric.
Oh,
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
Hold on. Him coming out and saying they're still making single player games is not fucking
He
apologizing.
said that already.
No, because
Why-
he never said they weren't. He straight up said
Ford. He said it like a million times already. Who has the tweets? You could throw them up here. I'm not like I'm making anything up. He said it a million times, and he keeps saying it over and over again. It's crazy.
he never said he wasn't working on single player games.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Ford. Why is he even answering these people? You know what I mean, it's just crazy. Like
He's answering them because he learned.
Unlike Sony, Microsoft engages with the community.
I don't know why they.
Not
do.
only that,
Because
Phil-
that's it. Name me, other than a Microsoft, who engages with the community?
I don't.
On any other
used
platform,
to, but he
who?
stopped. He used to like a long time ago, like 2014. That was it, I think. Adam Boyes.
He's not
That's
even
it.
a part of Sony anymore.
Exactly, he left. But all I'm saying is that he really needs to stop that. Like everybody knows that.
No,
Microsoft
he can
made
stay. He
Gear.
can engage with the community
They
all he
made-
wants. It's fine.
They
Mike-
helped with Tomb
Phil
Raider,
Spencer
they're running-
learned. Phil Spencer.
Their
Mike-
whole platform, the reason people are like, wow, Microsoft really turned around, they're doing like awesome for the community, is because they engage the community nonstop. That's their thing.
But there's something wrong with that. The Xbox community, not people who have no care in
Here,
the world.
hold
about
on. For
anything
one,
they're doing,
hold
you know,
on.
Oh,
like-
potential customers, Eric.
For
Potential
fuck's
customers.
sake.
Potential
For
customers.
fuck's sake, stop. God damn it. For one, like Dusty said, they're cut. You can't. Phil Spencer can't just come out and go, "Hey, fuck you." Like he can't do that. He can't just come
I
out and
didn't say that.
"Hey,
but
bro,
his
hey,
No,
bro,
but what
fuck
Eric
you."
is saying,
No.
he
His
could just
very
not
first
talk to
statement,
them at all.
His very first statement, guys, okay, was that's just a fact. That's the tone. Pay attention to the tone. He said that's just a fact. I don't. And then he answers another person. Like there was two comments he made. It was back to back. He's like, I don't understand what you mean by profit or whatever. The whole industry is based on profit. Don't get what you mean. You understand? It was more of a offensive, you know what I mean, type of.
So what you're
way,
saying
and
is
then-
the guy that replied to him is an idiot.
Exactly. He's being a jerk.
here's
to
the
him,
thing.
You know, like he doesn't need to.
Here's the thing, Eric.
engage.
Here's
guy,
the thing.
You know.
Phil learned, and Microsoft learned, especially since the announcement of Scorpio, and it's what they've been doing, is that controlling information is the key. They have to control the information. If he does not cut off these people on Twitter, if he does not cut them off, they're just going to keep going. Just like on GAF. Pick out any GAF thread that they take some small thing and turn it into a mountain. And if they don't come in and cut it off as quickly as possible, it turns into articles on Polygon and Verge. It
But
turns
you know
into
what's
a
crazy
PR
about
mess.
you're
even though
100%,
it's not
you're
even
right,
a PR
you're
mess.
100%. Even stuff Dustin said is right too. But the problem is, it still continued on. It still spun up into out of control. It was on IGN.
Well, they got to get their news stories out, bro. What you
It
talking
didn't.
about?
No, what I'm saying, stuff. It didn't matter. It didn't. Him saying something didn't matter. It
Yeah,
still
you're
kept
right. You're
on
right.
going out of control, and he still got to talk about this. This is crazy. You know,
It's
like
because Sony fanboys are butthurt because he mentioned
I
Horizon Zero
think
Dawn.
he would do better by. He said it one. That's it. You know, he doesn't have to keep every other day telling you, yes, we're making single player games.
He
Well,
has
you
to, but he
got
has
70,000
to.
people,
Wow.
saying the same thing every day. Then
He-
maybe you should step up and say, "Hey, yes, I'm glad that he made a stance." And with one word, someone said, "Are you doing it?" Yes, that's it. Leave it there. Yeah.
I just think
You
it's
know
crazy.
why
I
he
just
has to
think
do
that,
it, Eric?
Like, we know he's gonna have single player. Like, that's what I don't understand. We know that they're probably gonna have enough to, like, even their franchises. He
I don't
said
know
he
if you,
wants
if
to.
you think about every game they got coming out, like the big three, which would be
Yes.
Crackdown, Sea of
Eh.
Thieves, and State of Decay. They're all co-op games, pretty
But
much.
Crackdown will have like a single.
Yeah, they
player.
had to
That's
play the
true.
game that you work on the single player, so
And
that
I
should tell you
think
something.
like
They
State of
got-
Decay, they
that
said
was
that.
second.
Yeah, they said State of Decay, even though it is co-op, there's going to be a lot of story inside the game. So it's not going to be like a traditional, like it's going to be like State of Decay, but with way more story in it. It's going to be more impactful. You know?
We'll see about that shit. I'm sorry, none of these games, fucking Gears of War 4 or Uncharted or Horizon, when you say single player, none of these or
I think that people just need to just get off Phil's back. You only pile up on him because he's not Mike Ybarra, he's not Greenberg, he's not Albert Pinello.
No, the reason they piled
that's
up.
Why,
No,
okay?
that's the reason they piled up on him is because he touched the sacred cow, and the sacred cow being Horizon Zero Dawn. He straight
No,
up.
but he mentioned Zelda too, so people.
Yeah,
lost
well,
their
people,
minds,
there's, it wasn't as much Zelda as it was him saying it about Horizon Zero Dawn.
The truth is, it's a fact. It's a fact
Yeah,
that,
no, it's a fact.
that
the game,
the
though.
games they get more
He said there
shine
were
in
exceptions
the
to the rule.
multiplayer. Okay, everybody knows this. Every game, like let's say, like we know Sony they released Neo, they released Gravity Rush, they released game after game. Cool. We just saw Activision said they made $1 billion off of one game. Are you out of your mind? Overwatch, they made $1 billion off of Overwatch. The game hasn't even been out for.
Look
it's
how
been
much
a
money
year.
they made on Halo
Yeah,
5.
so I
within-
think-
Was that game already?
Yeah, yes, they made $1 billion. Activision already said it. So
You
that's
see-
it. You know, it's over. There's
Service-based
nothing
games make more money than
See,
single-player-based games.
you know
They
what-
just
That's
do.
all he's saying. That's it. I don't know why people are so.
you know what? You know what an article like this does? It openly shows the bias of people, because if your instant reaction to that story is he's wrong, it's because you're being defensive. It's because you're not sitting down and reading what he's actually saying. You're seeing him say something that looks like it's negative towards like Horizon Zero Dawn, and you're instantly going, "What an asshole! He's wrong."
I've seen a lot of
if you would-
comments that
if you'd
you're right
use
for
your
it. Like, people
brain-
are very crazy with. I mean, it's common sense.
Well, if you
like,
use
you're
your
right,
brain
like,
for
I don't
2
understand.
minutes, you would understand that multiplayer games do have a much larger impact.
It's true. Like,
Why do you
telling
think Call
look
of Duty is so fucking... You think Call of Duty is so popular because of the single player?
people like the single player. But the
People like
multiplayer
it.
Is,
People
is
like
the
it.
Definitive, you know, like that's what people like to see. Call of Duty, they like the multiplayer. You know.
That's what gives it...
That's what it
That the multiplayer is what gives that game its impact.
That's
Yeah.
why all he wants, you know what, Phil Spencer, all he's saying is that he wants to create more models also for single player games, where that you like he looks at Telltale, what they did. He says that's cool. He might have looked at Hitman with that, how they did that too. He thinks that looks cool. So single players don't get left behind in the multiplayer's like heresy. You know,
What are you
that's
saying,
all
Will?
he's saying. You know, like.
Yeah, I think it's specifically referring to like single player only, like without any multiplayer games, like just like straight up like Quantum Break and
Yeah.
Horizon. So that I can see what he's saying with that. I'll be very curious to see because Paladins just came out like of beta and they're open beta I think now. And I mean I've been playing it. I really like it. It's kind of like a free Overwatch, like a free low budget Overwatch, but it's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, yeah, but you have to have a mix of different types of games for your platform, and I think
Yeah.
Phil knows that. He's just kind
You
of.
sure it will? I don't know. If I read Twitter, these people said he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not like he's the head of Xbox.
And then people
no.
have a problem with like, especially his idea of like these different kind of single player models, just because look what Hitman's basically doing what he's talking about. And remember when Hitman was coming out, people hated it. They absolutely hated the idea of them doing that, and now it's popular. People love it.
Yeah, well, that game also had that DRM kind of thing looming over it too, so that was kind of a
But people seem to hate the fact that it was hated more that it was episodic rather than the DRM.
Right.
Like I hate to say, Telltale kind of showed that people are willing to wait months to play different sections.
Yeah.
Well, what Phil Spencer is saying is that, let's say you make a single player game. It costs you $100 million to make the game, $100 million to advertise it. So that's $200 million right there. You have to make up that money within the impact of time it has. So you got to sell enough copies in, let's say, 2 to 3 months to make up most of that money.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, a multiplayer game, you can spend the same $200 million in that game, like Overwatch, which was probably costed them what, $50 million maybe. It's made $1 billion. That's what Phil Spencer's saying.
And they just have to have like 3 people working on fucking skins.
Yeah,
like that's it.
That's
like
crazy.
That's what he's talking about. He's not saying that single player are bad. In fact, he said they're critical to the industry. What he's saying is it's so much easier to sit back and justify developing a service-based game than it is a single-player game.
Yeah. And he thinks single-player games.
But you got to be careful going down that rabbit hole, and I think he realizes that, because name all the MOBAs that dethroned Dota.
None.
No, nobody did. I mean, you got League.
The League is the closest
done
thing.
really well.
Maybe even Overwatch, but that's kind of not there yet.
Yeah, so you got League, Overwatch, and Dota over the span of, 10 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, those games are kind of done. Like, especially MOBAs. Like, nobody plays anything else. Like, nobody cares about fucking anything other than Dota.
Yeah, but how many
space.
major third parties though are making?
No, people have tried to make Dota again. Third parties did to try to recreate that success, and they can't.
Which games have?
Well,
we
they did
seen,
it. They kind of did it with Smite. The problem is you don't.
Oh, Smite.
It doesn't mean that there can't be other successful games in the same genre. It's just that you're gonna have a harder time when they're games that are just de facto.
Yeah.
Like RTS is really hard right now because Star Wars is pretty much de facto. Just like you said, Dota and League of Legends are de facto.
Like if I said, "Hey, I want to get you into a MOBA," what's the first game we're gonna play?
Dota.
Dota.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You're right. Epic Games tried to do it with what's the name of the game? I forgot. What was it called?
Well, just look at Battleborn.
They made a MOBA too, right? What was it called? A third-person MOBA.
Yes, I was just about to say that Battleborn. That trash ass game.
So they're trying. That game is a good idea because they're really pushing with the visuals of the game. You know, in a MOBA like that. You know, that was cool what they did.
I'm not saying nobody can make a MOBA other than fucking
But as successful though, that's harder.
But if you're talking about what are de facto games, that's pretty much it. Like you play fucking.
So you're right. You're right. That's overall though. Phil
But you don't want to
Spencer
fall in the hole of only having you don't need. Oh, we got the platform that has Dota on it, and that's all we need. No, you need other games to splash that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
World of Warcraft did fucking massive multiplayer games best. I don't think anybody can deny that the impact that game had is bigger than any other massively multiplayer game.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think anything competes with it.
World of Warcraft is having a hard time recreating itself.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think the reason why people are getting on Phil is because, to be honest, I think it's because he hasn't produced that single player game, open action RPG game that people like. That because they saw Scalebound. Yeah, the Scalebound thing really left a bad taste in people's mouths, and they kind of they jump on him because they haven't for all he says he hasn't really given us any results. I mean, this sounds mean, but I'm just saying what their kind of the emotion is. Like, oh, you talking all this crap, but you haven't given us, the Scalebound we wanted because you canned that and.
I don't know if I agree with the Scalebound thing, man. There was more press, more people cared about Scalebound when it was actually canceled than they did when it was announced.
Exactly.
More
people. No, Will, I'm sorry, Will. You
no,
started
Will
off
is right
good,
though.
but
Hold
no,
on.
But
no,
it didn't
no,
trend on
he
Twitter
started
until the
off
game got canceled.
Well, no,
He
it's not
started
just.
off correct though.
Well, Eric, I mean, it's not just the Scalebound thing. It's just as far as they're just not providing that.
People wanted a new Fable,
game.
and they came out with Fable Legends, which got
Right.
canceled, and there was no
But
new
is
Fable.
it just? Hold on a minute here, though. Is it just Xbox people or people who want to play that? You understand?
Honestly, I think you could make the same argument with Sony with multiplayer games, but
you could. But I'm saying, like,
Easy,
is it like Will is
but-
saying that because people? The problem, what I'm seeing, Will, it's not. I'm not seeing just Xbox people. People just being jerks and twisting things and
there's that
stories
too.
get written out of nowhere, and then you go on, you're like, oh, and then you're like, oh, damn, wow, this is really bad. That's how I was like at first, like, this is really bad. I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't say this. Wait, no, they didn't say that. It's just very.
Oh, you mean the thousands of articles we've gotten since the one we're talking about right now about the service-based games? The thousands of articles coming out. I think it was top on News for Gamers today. Is an article about it saying that Phil Spencer's wrong.
That's the problem. The problem is
they're not reading. Well, they don't want to comprehend it.
You might be right that they need to figure out how to control the negativity that just
Although
pops.
The second most popular story on N4G right now is Sony shouldn't release any PS4 exclusives this holiday. So
wow, that's a ridiculous. Come on, that's a ridiculous statement. They should. That's ridiculous.
Okay, let's.
Well, I mean, it looks like I said, I think people are saying like that Phil's talking the talk, but he's not walking the walk. I mean, we still have E3, so that's still, that's
the thing. We haven't had E3 yet, and
that's the thing, and people are anxious. I mean, I understand.
It's hard really to say that though. I mean, because none of the games that we've seen are the games that Phil's greenlit. Besides, I think he greenlit Sea of Thieves.
It takes time to make games, man, especially single player games.
All those games are Dominatrix games. Fable Legends was Don Matrix game.
Ashen, right? Whenever that comes out, that game.
Man, that game looks like trash. Cuphead looks good. Ashen, I don't know about that game. I don't know. I went and looked at it again when we were talking about it like a while back, and I was like, I don't know about this. No faces and shit. I don't know.
Now we're never gonna get the guy. We interviewed the developer before.
Oh my
god! Oh yeah, I know. It looked good, but it didn't look. It didn't look like the way I wanted it to look. I was disappointed, man. I mean, I know it's early,
and I don't say that with any sarcastic tone.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man. You see this Horizon and Zelda and shit, man. Can I get my third person action game, bro? And we gotta settle for stuff like Cuphead. I mean, even Cuphead looks dope. Cuphead looks good. I want a third person action game, mature game.
We'll get that Crackdown. There we go. Man. That'll be our third person action game. There it is. You know.
Yeah, just the issue is just that people are seeing Xbox at a real low point right now before the E3 stuff. So that's I think that's just the main issue right now.
I think the best thing to do.
Man, no one would care.
The best thing to do if you're in this situation and you're getting tired of hearing this shit, just break away. Yeah. You got 30 days. Literally, just turn off Twitter.
Yeah,
turn off Twitter. Stop going to these gaming sites until E3.
Yeah, but
because honestly, no news has hit. But no news has hit, and all these people are trying to make fucking articles to get hits, and everything's quiet. So everything is bullshit speculation of like insane proportions. Oh my god, Microsoft's not making first party titles no more.
Do you guys think, Dustin, now that you mentioned that, do you guys think they're trying to get Phil Spencer to like list a game or something? That's what it's all about.
Pretty much, like they want them to go and like give up like fucking E3, but at the same time, that's why that's why we ended up talking about fucking KFC chicken the other, because we're not gonna sit there and make up bullshit.
I think
about, I think Sony's just done with multiplayer games. Like I think Sony's doesn't want to do it. Like they just don't know how to make multiplayer games. Try to do it with Uncharted. They failed at that, and they're never gonna succeed. And they're gonna keep closing down divisions in their company until they can fucking
Kylo Ren
walk on 2 feet. And Kylo Ren. And let me tell you about the gravy. Like it's whatever. It's dumb. These news sites are just turning out bullshit.
I think it
Like,
shows our
this-
integrity that the last podcast was nothing but Kylo Ren. Because we could have sat around and speculated
I
about
Good
could have
episode.
fucking gave you some
That was a
bullshit
good episode.
speculation
We stretched
about.
that shit.
I think we should finish this question first.
Okay, yes, let's finish the.
He wasn't diminishing those games, but letting people know that the huge single-player, story-driven games is a bigger financial risk than ever now, which we kind of just explained. I think this day and age, it's genius to have 2 to 3 good service-based games. They generate constant revenue streams that will fund those single-player game experiences. I agree, but the problem with Xbox right now is we have those service-based games, but we don't have the single-player games announced yet that those are funding. Let's take GTA 5, for example. The online multiplayer has made Rockstar enough money that they could take chances on several brand-spanking new IP costing $70 million each without breaking a sweat. Sure, but you got to remember that running a development studio is not just about... It's not just about balancing a checkbook on seeing how much you can spend on the next IP. It's also about generating profit. Like, sure, they could spend every little bit of money they get on something new, but they also got, especially for Xbox, they got to funnel that money back into Microsoft. So even if they made, like, let's say $1 billion profit this year, like half that money is going to go to Microsoft. Maybe half of that will go back into investing into Xbox.
If you're always at a zero-sum game, there's no reason to actually be in the game.
Yeah.
In business. Like, if it's, we're not going to actually ever make any money. We're just going to take everything we make and reinvest and never actually make money.
Yeah.
Like, businesses don't work that way. Like, you invest, and they have invested. And you're going to have to continue to invest. But at a certain point, it's like, is this worthwhile? Or are we just doing this to jerk ourselves off?
I would go with the jerking ourselves off.
Yeah, extra meat. Extra meat.
Very cool.
Extra meat.
Very cool.
I mean, I think that's hashtag extra meat is the new Xbox Uncut symbol.
Yeah, man. Well, just in terms of what games we got coming and all that stuff, and people are antagonizing Phil on fucking
Microsoft
Twitter.
is selling the Xbox division to Nintendo.
No, it's not happening. Nintendo can't afford it.
I should say they're giving it to Nintendo because
There you go. But
They
I
can't
don't know, man.
afford
I just hated that we got and I just looked at the Ashton trailer again. That's not the same game I was talking about. I was talking about something else. I think that the fact that we have to look at games like those kind of games, and that's not to throw any fucking fire at Ashton and Cuphead and all those games. Those games are cool for what they are, but we need that big boy game. We need that fucking Uncharted. We need another Gears of War. That's what we need, man. Need another Gears.
Well, we just got one last fucking.
No, not literally another Gears, but I mean like another.
No, I know what you're
franchise.
saying.
Franchise.
I know what you're saying. It's just.
And I think the fact that we don't see one coming. I mean, of course we got Crackdown, but we knew about Crackdown in fucking like 2014, 2015. And it's still not here.
Well, that's the thing. We're still dealing with the consequences of that E3. We're still dealing with the consequences of getting those games out. If that E3, if they would have only announced the games coming with that year, they would have had like last year. They would have
shown nothing. They would have shown nothing like the last 2 years if they would have done it the way that most some people say.
Look. I don't know if it's true, but look at the leaked Sony E3 presentation for this year. 90% of it, 95% of it's already announced games.
I hope that's what it is. They don't need to announce any more new games. They got so
they've
many
already announced all their games. That's the problem.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't see how. The only thing they can announce that new is Sucker Punch's game, which I want to see what it is.
I definitely think they will announce games.
And part of that leak showed
I hope there's no new games announced.
Well, part of that leak is that Sucker Punch's game's coming to Xbox One also.
It's not coming to Xbox One.
That's what part of the leak was. I'm just saying.
No, they're first party. They're first party dev.
Are you sure? I don't think
Sucker Punch is definitely very quiet.
Are you sure Sucker Punch is owned?
Actually, Sucker Punch's game may come out this year. I just thought about that. My God.
Yeah, Sucker Punch is Insomniac is the one that's
the
not.
last time
yeah,
their game was
they're owned by
2014.
Sony. I don't know where the hell that leak came from. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
strange ass rumor.
they're overdue.
I don't
It's
know where the
time for
hell
them
that
to
rumor
make
came
the-
from.
Wow. I
We'll
just
see.
thank you. You guys didn't tell me that. That's crazy. Damn. I hope.
What?
I hope not, because that's another game on this.
Yeah, they got another one, and they got so many studios and so many so many games. And I don't think all of these games are
I
going to be
wouldn't
good.
say that
I don't think.
they like.
I think
when
people
you-
are going to be let down by God of War. I think they're going to be let down by what's the other
Nah.
game? Yes, God. Yes, I'm sorry.
What?
Have you played? Hey, did you play Ascension? Did you play Ascension?
No,
Okay.
forget that.
Okay.
No.
That was the last God of War. All right. Now,
Last God of War was God of War 3. I don't know what you're talking about.
no,
Ascension
no,
doesn't
sir. You
exist.
cannot let that go.
It
I had to
doesn't
play
exist.
Judgment.
Come on,
I had to
man.
play Gears of War Judgment. Get out of here. I think people are gonna be let down by this new God of War. I mean, and what's it? There's another game. The zombie game. I don't think
Days
that game's
Gone
gonna be
looks
good.
like crap. I'm sorry.
That game's not gonna be good.
Wow, we're just hating on
I
these
mean,
games.
Quantic Dream's got something to prove because that Beyond Two Souls game was trash.
I think Detroit's coming out this year because
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
might come
And
out.
their last game was garbage. Which was
Really?
the
What's
the
that?
LMPG game, the Beyond Two
Yeah.
Souls. That game was doo doo.
Oh my gosh, jeez.
And what else? There's something else. What else I got? I mean, of course, Last of Us 2 is going
That
to be
game didn't
fuck.
have any extra meat. We all know
I
it.
think that at this E3, we will see Phil Spencer announce games that's been in development for a while.
Yeah.
Since
Well,
maybe
they already
2014,
said that.
you know.
It's Gobo, right? I can't.
Bruh, then that's another thing, man. Gobo, bro.
Well,
Gobo.
they already said they've been working on that. Whatever game they've been working with Microsoft on, they've been doing it for over a year.
And it's a
I think it's a platformer game. I don't think it's Fable. It's a platformer.
Better not be.
I think it's too early to tell.
I think Microsoft history says that it will be Fable and a platformer version.
We got any news this week?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it.
All right, let's go ahead and get to the news. 'Cause I want to talk about.
I just realized, we gotta get to the news.
All right.
Darksiders 3. It's awesome.
Video Game Hall of Fame
Yes.
adds Halo Combat Evolved. Will you let me say the news title? Thank you. Adds Halo Combat Evolved. I thought this was kind of cool. Inducted in good company with the original arcade Donkey Kong. I'm surprised it took so long for the original Donkey Kong to get in the Hall of Fame. Street Fighter 2 and Pokemon Red and Green. That's pretty good company.
I'm just saying Halo deserves to be on top of that list.
It basically is. But
just because it pisses people off and it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know why it pisses people off.
I
I mean,
didn't
it's
see
Halo,
anybody.
like-
About
I think
I mean,
that's
Halo honestly changed first-person shooters.
yeah, everybody knows this. I mean, who the heck would
that.
sit there
That came out after Half-Life or before Half-Life?
I know it was after Half-Life, but
It was
it
after
changed
Half-Life.
shooters like the
yeah, for
like
console
story.
shooters, yeah.
No, not even
what-
just consoles. Like fucking PC shooters changed after that. Like everybody was just like, "Oh, that's how you do a shooter. That's it."
That's
Like
because
fucking-
It's-
The
Yeah,
right
I
amount of
can't-
sticky aim. The
Yeah.
right
the
amount
idea of
fucking
only being able to hold
multiplayer.
two guns at one time. That came from Halo.
Huh.
Was it because of its like lengthy campaign? Kind of.
Before Halo, you had games like Doom where you could hold tons of guns in Half-Life, tons of weapons. Like Halo was the first game where it was no, you get two
No, you got two. You better be
at
ready
any given time.
because some shit can fucking.
And then
go down.
Halo 2, you got the dual wield.
And then it
Oh,
really
yeah.
introduced large battlegrounds with large
Yep, sandbox
vehicles.
experience. Yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
so it was a big shock to the kind of the first-person shooter genre.
Okay. But we need dual wielding back in Halo.
I will say this is good company to be in company with the original arcade Donkey Kong, Street Fighter 2, and Pokemon Red.
And I
Green.
gotta say, Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. Pokemon is deserves to be in the Hall of Fame without a doubt.
Well, Red and Green
However,
definitely.
Pokemon does not do anything innovative. It doesn't.
What? It doesn't?
No.
Well, the original one
Fucking
did.
ton of- no, not even the original. Like fucking it was a Final Fantasy ripoff. Like
Come on,
it,
bro. Don't disrespect Pokemon.
it
Let's
was a
move
child
to the
Final
next
Fantasy,
story
son.
here. Let's move to the next story.
Okay.
It was a child
I can't-
Final Fantasy.
I
Yeah.
can't co-sign that. I can't.
We're getting ready
co-sign.
about to call this podcast Dusty's Crazy. All right,
It was fucking. It was amazing, but it didn't do anything innovative.
I don't get that Pokemon Final Fantasy.
It was one of the
connection,
most
no.
well fucking
Yeah, I
managed.
don't get
No,
that.
it's like saying Transformers wasn't designed to sell you fucking toys as a kid, but does it deserve to be in our like like early '90s Saturday morning cartoons Hall of Fame list? Hell yeah, it
Yes,
does.
yes,
But
definitely.
it totally was like that. And GI Joe were designed to fucking sell you toys. So were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It wasn't designed to be a fucking great experience. It was literally, how can we sell these fucking retarded kids plastic? I got an idea. Turtles.
All right. Okay. Finalists included that didn't make the inducted: Final Fantasy VII, Microsoft Solitaire. I'm surprised that hasn't made the Video Game Hall of Fame already.
It deserves to make the list.
Mortal Kombat, Myst, Portal, Resident Evil, Tomb Raider, and Wii Sports. So
No Sony games in there? No PlayStation
No,
games?
nobody gives no
oh,
fuck.
no one
about
gives no
Sony
fuck.
games.
What are you talking about?
Wow, you guys are savage.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Metal Gear Solid, the original, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, the Hall of Fame is based on impact.
I don't
Last of
know.
Us,
I
man.
don't. I can't think
Last
of
of
anything.
Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us for sure. It deserves to be in the Hall
No,
of Fame.
not yet. Like 10 years from now, maybe.
No, I think it's definitive enough to say that game is like fucking one of
No.
the pinnacle
Well, wait,
storytelling
hold on a
games
minute though. How
ever
would you
designed.
put it in? Why would you put it in the Hall of Fame? Though? I mean, I have nothing against Naughty Dog, but I don't.
No,
think...
I'm literally just said that.
Mate.
I said it's one of the. It is like a pinnacle storytelling experiences in video
It's
games.
dope. I cried.
Yeah,
I cried.
I wouldn't put that in
Did
the
y'all
Hall of
cry
Fame
at
though.
the beginning?
I just.
I
I
cried.
would. I'd totally put The
That
Last of Us in
can't
the Hall
go.
of Fame.
There's no reason to put it in there though. Like if we're being honest, right? If we're talking from a gameplay perspective, I don't care how emotional you got with
It's
Joel
trash.
in the beginning of the damn game. Like I don't really see what they did that changed gaming and that. You could say you can't really. I can't really put that.
All
in
right,
there.
guys, we
Like,
got
I could
other
say
news.
storytelling and gaming.
The way they implemented the story though was different, more fleshed out than any other game that I've ever played.
it's like saying like Call of
Gameplay was
Duty.
trash though.
Like I think I would give Call of Duty over Last of Us for like changing story. Like if we're talking about how the story was with Call of Duty 2 than 4, nah, I'd give them way more of a respect there. Hall of Fame.
Over Last of Us?
Yeah, and like
There-
how
there-
think
There's
about
no other way to explain it. That's an air statement.
you have to think about how the story
All right,
was
let's
in
move
Call of
on to
Duty,
the next
you know?
story.
Definitely we'll put it in there.
Move on, dog. We're gonna bring this up later.
We'll move on. All right. God damn. Okay. World of Tanks to get Scorpio support. Just another story to show that PS4 Pro is trash compared to Scorpio. World of Tanks is already running at 4K native on a Scorpio. Like they already
Yes.
have it running at 4K native.
4K native, and they
how many
said-
months are we till Scorpio releases?
And read it what it says for. Read what the guy said. We're looking for put the bells and the whistles on. Okay, he's not even there
I think you
yet.
should say that differently.
Yeah.
The battle.
Meanwhile, the
whistles.
PS4 Pro
I
version.
wanted you to Bill Cosby it. That would have been way better.
Bells and the whistles and what the bombs.
Meanwhile, the PS4 Pro version runs at 3200 by 1800.
1800p though.
It's pretty close.
1800p is the new 900p, bro.
Well, the problem is it's not that it's close; it's the fact that they already have this running at 4K native, and they just got the dev kits, and the fact that there's gonna be overhead for them to do even more shit. Like,
Bells and the whistles, man.
Who gives a fuck? Who plays
Bells.
World of Tanks? Who plays that shit?
this is
Anybody-
Listen,
A lot of
Steph,
people.
a lot of people play it.
World of
okay?
Tanks is extremely
Hey,
World of
popular.
Tanks is a giant service-based
Man,
game.
who plays that shit.
World of Tanks is extremely big, dude. It's extremely popular.
And I'm not denying that it's not big. I'm saying in this podcast right now.
Oh,
Who
Jason.
plays?
Look,
I used
it's
to play it.
about the
Jason's
experience.
probably put a couple hundred hours into it at the
I've
very least.
probably put 1,000 hours into World of Tanks.
It's a fun game.
I'm up at tier 8 or something like that.
I think it's one of the better free to plays out there.
I have a Tog tank. None of you guys know what that means, but it's awesome.
Gotta talk.
Tog,
we need to hear is from the World of Tanks people. They need to go back
Hey,
and make Mecha
Eric,
Salt.
you need to go.
Dude.
Yeah.
Steph, y'all need to go to YouTube and watch World of Talk.
yeah, World of Tog.
World of Talk.
Tog tank.
Because Talk doesn't care. Talk just eats.
Okay, the Tog tank. Let's do some history real quick. The Tog tank was designed for World War One, you know, when they had all the dug-in trenches, it was meant to go beside a trench and just fuck up a trench and bury it. So it's like this 20-foot long tank that's obscenely way too big. And you can get it in the game.
A tank like that? That's crazy.
You
They
can
did
get it in the
because
game,
it was
and,
war.
and you're just in this giant tank in this low tier, and you got tons of health, and you just go around talking people. It's great.
That's nice. Wow. I didn't even
But
know
you
that
get like
existed
three.
in
You get
Trench
these
Warfare.
3 giant cannons on this tank, or no? Well, you get 1 giant. Because everybody hunts. They do tog packs. Like you have 3 people
In
all
togs.
pick the tog, and just the amount of damage output that they give off is an insane number. Like they just
Well,
a tog can just destroy anything. Like
to give you an idea of how big this tank is, the original design had 2 turrets on it, one on the back and one on the front, like a sip. But anyway, that's our history lesson for today. Go look up Tog Tank; it's fantastic.
World of Tog.
And here's some interesting.
It's from the
news.
Mighty Jingle, by the way. Like just
yeah,
look
the
up
Mighty
his
Jingles
tog
is great.
Yeah.
Here's some interesting news. I thought this was kind of cool. It actually was not popular on the subreddit at all or anything like that. E3 and Jeff Keighley, damn it, I fucked that up. Jeff Keighley to hold E3 Coliseum event. The event will take place at I don't know. At LA Live on June 13th and June 14th, which is under a half a mile away from the LA Convention Center. The sessions will be live streamed and include panels, conversations, talks, and other surprises from game developers and guests from the entertainment world on the culture, significance of gaming, and how it has influenced their work. Major panels will include Activision, Bethesda, Gearbox, Sony, Square Enix, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, and Xbox. So I think this is really cool. It's kind of like a Comic-Con thing.
Well, like I told you, I think it's more of a thing like GDC.
Yeah.
And, like they're just having some really cool panels. Like
it's a big room, like it's a theater. So they're gonna have panels with literally like a huge theater.
That's cool.
And they said they're gonna answer questions. They're gonna do Q&A over Facebook, I think, something like that. So over social media. But I think this is cool. Like if you could get an Xbox panel with like Phil Spencer and Major Nelson, Albert Finello, have all of them on there. I don't know who will be on the Sony panel. I guess one intern.
I'm surprised Jeff Keighley is doing anything with Microsoft. He's usually very hands off with them. I mean, he's usually just doing Sony and like.
I think
every
Jeff
other
Keighley
dev.
will do an interview with anybody he can fucking possibly get his hands on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
No offense to you, Jeff. I think it's great. I'm
He's
not a
an
big
equal
fan of the
opportunity.
Game Awards, but I think you're a good journalist. I mean, just
Yeah,
you can do what you
he's
do.
alright.
Yeah.
I do miss the bonus round though. That was such a good show. That was on GT. I mean, I was hoping they would kind of do another bonus round type of show, but I guess.
Oh, hold on, guys.
wasn't in
Hold
the
on,
cards.
hold on, real quick. Is this thing fucking with us? Okay, I think we're all right. I just brought up the article for the next news story, and it wanted to play an ad, so
Oh,
we're good.
cool.
Go ahead.
No, that's it for me.
Okay. I just
And
thought
that's all I got to say about that.
I just thought that was cool. I was kind of surprised this kind of didn't get any pickup with anyone, but
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Yeah, what about did you guys check out the Darksiders 3 footage and the reel? I thought that was really cool.
I don't think I'm going to buy it at launch, but it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. I like that they're doing the other horse person or horseman.
Horseman.
Whoa,
Horseman.
whoa, hold on a minute.
You
It didn't
mean
look
horse-
that wait,
horse
it
woman?
looked fantastic, okay? I just saw it. The 12-minute gameplay was great.
Yeah.
I got so like if you played Death already in Darksiders 2 and seeing this and seeing some of the nice level design they got going there, and Fury definitely looks like she's going to be a pretty good horseman, okay?
Yeah. The lighting looks excellent too compared
Yes,
to
it looks very good, and that's alpha. They didn't even have to show us this, though. Let's be clear. You know, they could have waited till later in the year because it comes out in 2018, but they wanted to show us now. So I'm pretty hyped for it.
Yeah.
You mean
Surprised
they
how much
wanted,
they got
to
playing
show
as-
it before E3 so it didn't get buried in the news at E3?
Probably.
Probably, because there's a lot of games at E3.
And also they got IGN first.
That too, IGN first. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they keep putting down my boy Death though. I mean not Death. War. War is like one of the best ones, and they keep like,
and that trailer, man, he got. Wow, that was devastating seeing that. They
Yeah.
made him look all weak, and
I kind of
like,
heard
"Hello,
some of the
brother."
fans are pissed off because apparently Fury's not acting like she does in the lore or the comics or whatever that people
Yeah, but she
follow
was-
from that.
Yeah, but she's like barely in there. Like, it's like I
Yeah.
don't know. I just don't know.
know everything about this character in this 30-second trailer. I know everything.
The only thing I'm curious about is if Joe Mad's really involved in this, because like I know the developer who did most of the Darksiders games are like the Gunfire games. They're from like a lot of ex-Vigil people, but I don't know if Joe Mad has any involvement, which could kind of suck if he didn't, but because I don't think
I
he
hope
was.
so, and he doesn't get rid of like the cool platforming.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like Zelda. Sometimes it feels like you're playing Prototype. I hope they have those similar gameplay elements. It wouldn't be Darksiders without it.
Yeah, it's definitely like a Zelda meets like God of War. Or the kind of it's a cool mix. Yeah. But yeah, looks cool. Can't wait to see more of it. I mean, I'm surprised how much they were able to show as a pre-alpha, but looks promising.
All alpha means that they're still adding stuff to the game. That's all it means.
Yeah,
Like,
it's still
you
way off
kinda-
though. It's like
yeah. I'm just saying you can't.
yeah,
Like, beta means they're done adding stuff to a game, and everyone thinks beta is like early development. It's like, no. Beta means everything's added to the game, and they're optimizing and bug fixing. Alpha, like pre-alpha, I don't even know the exact definition of pre-alpha. I don't think there is an exact definition. It just
They're
means
still
they're
working
early.
on basic code for the game
Yeah.
to run, like engine.
Yeah.
yeah, true.
But
true.
it's good that they're. It's always nice because one thing Turn 10 does when they develop their games is the first thing they do is get the frame rate going to 60, and then they start working, getting it all looking good. So it's good to see a dev. They're focusing on making the game look good, run good, while in the middle of development. That way, when they get to the end, this thing looks fantastic. So, hopefully, it turns out good. Like you don't ever want to see a game like this do badly.
Yeah.
I do all the time. Like it's what I sit there and hope for.
I thought
and
I
pray
was a
for every
cynical
day.
asshole. Okay. Let's go to the topic of the week. It's kind of a cross news thing, too. Phantom Dust re-release, 1080p and 4K rendering resolution, high-quality assets from the original game. They had to reverse engineer the game as the original dev code was lost, which is kind of funny. And it's going to have microtransactions. And the topic of the week is, why the fuck was this why did this cause drama?
I guess
I'll tell you why.
Because news.
I'll tell you why. That part too. That part. But why? Okay, you announce a game. I understand why they canceled the other one. Cool, but go back, get the game, and add microtransactions to it. But you can't even fucking go in and do like anything extra to. I don't know. I see why people are mad because this
But
game.
that's not what
I
I
don't
even
think this
saw
game
people
warrants a
being-
re-release for one.
I don't even see.
I don't see it.
Well,
it doesn't
one,
warrant a
they
re-release.
kind of had to do it because they did a fucking. It would have been really bad if they didn't release anything.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah. I'm saying if they would never announced the other one,
there are
whatever.
better games like Crimson Skies.
Yes, there are way better games.
Look,
Yes,
Look,
Crimson Skies.
basically, one thing Shannon Loftus, she had me having a completely different take on the game for one.
Well, to be fair, like
but
they
here's
said,
the crazy thing about this, right? Reason why everybody's a little bit, not mad, but like, wow, that really doesn't look good. It looks,
It doesn't.
it
does not
looks
look
like
good.
an Xbox game. Now, here's the funny thing: the reason why is because of how they were like, oh, it's not going to be 480p, it's going to be 1080p. You understand? That's what gave people like hope or something, right?
wait,
To think of the game would be
wait, hold on a second.
No.
When does something are their brains decayed? When does just
Resolution does not determine
when
graphics.
resolution does not determine graphics?
I know, but after that,
Are
then
they
you
retarded?
Then the problem also is then you release this game and you give it more of a platform, right? And it reminds me of Killer Instinct or whatever. But the difference is like
They never
Killer
claimed it. See, here's the problem. They never claimed such a thing. In fact, they underclaimed. They didn't even claim it even as high as people are pretending they did. Like, this version of the game was originally going to be 480p.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Like,
it should have.
what we got is better than what they were saying
Yeah,
we
but
were
the
going to get.
problem is that why was it even considered to be 480p?
Because now
Hold on,
I'm trying to explain it to you, Eric. Hold on.
No, okay.
The reason they originally said it was 480p is because it was before they reverse engineered it, and they didn't know whether or not the assets they were going to get were going to be 16:9.
Yes.
Good. What they found out is that when they reverse engineered it, the assets that were in the game files were actually better than the ones the original Xbox even used. Like they,
You know what? That's good. That's really good. I'm happy that.
Well,
they
that's
made
funny.
that.
I keep seeing people say this game looks like shit, and I asked them, "Have you ever played the original
I'll
Phantom
say
Dust?"
that the game to me is something that I would play, but I'll say, like I told you, remember that other project, that actual Phantom Dust remake. It did look better. It's alpha. It's supposed to look better, right? Like you said,
it had better
it's on
particle
Xbox One
effects,
hardware,
but
right?
it looked like crap.
I wish that they just, if they continued it on, I could have seen like you had some textures and stuff. That would have been a good game to continue. To me, it would have been a good game to
Yes,
continue.
they should have just fucking made the other one. Why even do this
And I
one?
understand. And you know what? Ford explained to me that the team messed up. He had to go through the whole thing and get me to come to even ground.
Yeah. What I heard
screwed
was they went on that
and
damn.
didn't
He
go.
went on the podcast and said, "Oh, it's gonna have a 30-hour story and all this shit." And then the devs are like, "Hold on, what do you mean it's gonna have a 30-hour single player? We ain't know nothing
See,
about this shit."
that's bullshit. Because I hear that shit from people saying that shit all the time. They don't fucking just go to devs and go, "Oh, we want this," and then all of a sudden go turn their backs on them and go,
Yeah,
we're actually doing this."
Word over
Ken Lobb didn't just fucking go, "All
He
right,
didn't just go and say
we're giving you $5 million. We want a 5-hour story and some kind of multiplayer you can throw together," and then go on a podcast after and go, "It's gonna have a 30-hour story and it's gonna have the greatest multiplayer ever made." No, that shit doesn't happen. Like, the problem with that whole thing, and especially with Kotaku writing an article on it, is they were using a disgruntled employee to get all this fucking shit from.
Kotaku, yeah.
You can't fucking go from a disgruntled employee especially when that disgruntled employee wasn't even a top tier employee. He didn't know everything was going on. He wasn't in the meeting.
Studio janitor.
I don't know. He wasn't janitor or anything, but he wasn't like the director. He wasn't in the know about everything.
You know what? That's true. Man, Ford once again made a very good point. If you go back to the Scalebound situation, right? We didn't get anything like the Dark Side one, right? And even from the very top, we've never heard not one single lead director, designer, art person does the artwork come out and say anything negative about Microsoft or anything. And that's interesting.
That's because Microsoft didn't do anything negative to him.
Exactly. So I think
you know what Microsoft did? Microsoft gave him $70 million fucking dollars. That's what Microsoft did.
Microsoft gave him $70 million fucking
They gave
dollars.
him $70 million fucking dollars, and they didn't make one fucking game.
It's crazy.
That's scary, actually.
And you know what they did with that $70 million? They put their employees. They put their employees on other games.
Actually, end the show sometime tonight.
Okay. That's why we do topics of the week. God damn it! I'm just wondering why this shit was all drama.
Well,
because it's news. That's why. Because it was like, man, they ain't shit to talk about. Fucking. Oh, look, we could blow this up into a story.
No,
drama, motherfucking
no,
drama.
but I understand why. Because look at the game, right? Let's say if they looked at this game, right, and then IGN just put out like Crash Bandicoot Remaster, and it's not even connected.
Crash Bandicoot's a remake, asshole.
I know, but I'm saying that they see that and like, oh look, we could talk about this, and I know because you could look at the stories and the headlines,
look,
people.
If
react.
anybody knows, Eric knows. You know why? Because he trolls News for Gamers like a motherfucker.
I wouldn't say I troll.
I think you troll News for Gamers.
I bet if you went to Eric's house,
I give them alternate information.
I bet if you went to Eric's house,
Eric, I've read your post on the News for Gamers, and let me tell you, you troll the fuck out of them kids, man.
I bet
you got kids staying awake at night.
Hey, hold on. I bet if you went to Eric's house and got on his computer and went to his browser and hit homepage, that shit would be News for Gamers.
That's funny. No, it's number 3. Number 3.
Number 3.
Okay.
It's number 3.
What's number 1? Xbox Uncut, right?
It's Xbox, then Yahoo, then News for Gamers, then Xbox Uncut. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Fourth
Look, I can
place.
see.
I mean, at
look,
least
I
be
can.
top 5.
Well, look, I
That's
can
how I'm
see.
gonna look at
They're
it.
all
Top
look.
5.
It's all on the front page, though. Okay, it's there.
At
So
least we're not. Why are we behind Yahoo though? Jesus.
I gotta get to my mail.
Like we're behind the search engine you don't even use.
Damn, that does seem pretty bad. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Let's
Sorry. Well, I just want to say something about
ahead.
this whole thing. I mean, it's funny that people want OG Xbox, back compat, and they're complaining about this thing. Considering, I'm very impressed with what they did with the code and considering what they had available. So, I'm actually I'm pretty happy with what they did with this. It falls just a little shy of a remaster, but it's very close. It looked pretty clean when I saw it. I mean, the art style. I think it holds up pretty decently, compared to like other titles. Like, I mean, it's like Voodoo Vince territory. Like, I mean, it's maybe not as good as Voodoo Vince because it's a little bit more cartoony, like Voodoo Vince. But I feel like this did okay. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is a game worth releasing because it's a very unique Xbox title, an OG Xbox title. Not many people played, and I mean, if you're not gonna get the remake, you might as well, release the original and gauge how people want to,
the thing I don't get is this is a re-release done right, and people are giving it shit. Like this is a re-release where you're getting full rendering resolution for the consoles. You're getting improved assets that were in the original game. They've gone back and they've bug fixed and fixed a bunch of bugs with it. They've gone back and now it's going to have online multiplayer. It's also they're also making it to where when you go on the online multiplayer, you're maxed out in levels, so you don't have to unlock a bunch of crap, so you can just play. Yep. They've done tons of stuff, like just to improve the player experience with this game. And honestly, I know everyone's like, it doesn't look good. It looks fantastic for what it is.
Yeah, for an OG.
Especially for being a re-release OG. Like, go look up a video of how the original Phantom Dust looks. In the end of the day, I want this to do well because it means they'll do future titles like this. And I know everyone's like, why are they doing microtransactions? You know why they're doing microtransactions? Because there aren't a ton of people that are going to buy this game, and they got to make the money back.
Well,
somehow.
this game in the beginning was supposed to have microtransactions. Like the first one, remember when they first announced it? Because it was supposed to be like even though I mentioned esports for it when I talked to you, right? But I mean, like, it was supposed to be a competitive game for Xbox that's unique, that people keep going back and play. So it was going to lead into microtransactions,
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It might still lead in, if depending on how the people play this game on Xbox, it could still lead to like a Killer Instinct situation, which is good, So I have no problem with that,
Yeah, like the tournament ladders there, they're kind of trying to implement with the new updates. That's going to be pretty cool for this game.
Yeah.
So.
Not to mention the biggest thing people are missing. This is probably going to be like $10.
Yeah, definitely 10 to 15 at most. I mean, I think it's a very cool game. I hope it does well. I mean, it's very unique, like I said. And
if you want a unique single player, old school Japanese kind of game, Phantom Dust is your game. Like, it's really it's pretty interesting. It's very Japanese. So if you're into that kind of thing, I would say definitely give it a try.
Yep. I mean, I'm not a fan of microtransactions. Like, I usually, don't like that.
Well,
but
they're
I mean,
not
as long as
intrusive ones. They're kind of like, if you want to get done faster, you can get them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. As long as it's not that invasive and like it's not like like you could just the only way you can see it is if you access it through like Xbox Live extras. Like if you go through the Xbox store and then you got to go through like the extras, and that's fine. I'm not a huge thing.
They're like Forza microtransactions where you got to go out of your way to get to them, and then all they are is, do you want to get this car really quickly because you're lazy?
Exactly.
All right, okay. Question, real quick. Have y'all seen the video that the Node dropped saying that Apple is gonna possibly enter in the gaming world and buy EA or 2K or Activision Blizzard? Have you seen that video?
They're gonna bring back the Pippin.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently they have.
We're gonna get another Pippin.
Oh my god! I don't know. they got like $200 billion something dollars, and they
Yeah,
either
but
want to
people
buy
said,
Disney or
yeah, they said Disney, Activision,
Well, yeah.
EA, yeah.
Yeah. So you think that? What do you think would happen if fucking Apple bought like EA or something like that?
It would be crazy. Here's what would happen in the beginning. In the beginning, Apple would still, for maybe 2 or 3 years, still attempt to make money off of every platform that had Call of Duty, Overwatch, Call of Duty, Overwatch, Battlefield, whatever. They would definitely try to keep that money until they bring out because Apple's not going to bring out like a huge console. They're not doing that. It's
What are you
Apple.
talking about? We're gonna get the Pippin too.
No, they're not going to do.
Yes,
they'll
we
put
are.
like an Apple TV 3, right? And it'll probably stream your content and some type of way.
Man,
That'd be
Pippin's
crazy.
great. Y'all just hate her.
Listen, here's the crazy thing. Like certain things that don't work for like everybody else, like for Sony and stuff, will probably work for Apple. And it's true. Like if that happened, they would have like a service like PSN Now, Game Pass.
And the craziest thing about all this stuff that you're saying, you know how we always say, like Sony's not Microsoft's competitor, like Apple and Google are. I mean, this would really like solidify
Yeah, like
Apple.
this would be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that would bring them way closer to Microsoft's level as far as.
My God, Microsoft would be like extremely aggressive from that point. They'll be
They would have to be. I mean, I kind of
have to buy. They would have to buy Activision. Like it depends. If they buy just EA, right? Apple just buys EA, right? They got to buy Activision like immediately. Like they can't wait. They know what would happen next.
Yeah.
I'll say
crazy.
this: the day Apple buys EA is the day Double Helix actually does anything for Amazon that matters.
Wow.
And I think you're wrong. I don't think they would go after Activision.
Really?
Nope. The day Apple buys EA is the day Microsoft purchases Nintendo.
Wow.
There's a possibility.
You're talking about a nuclear option. It would literally be, they bought EA. That means they get every sports game on the fucking planet, pretty much, made for their platform. We need the heaviest hitter we can get. What is that? Let's own Mario.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's own Zelda.
Right.
Let's fucking. And if Apple buys anybody, they're buying Nintendo. I don't see them buying.
You're saying that they're gonna go for the juggler immediately? Like
gotta
get
why
Nintendo.
Fucking even compete? Like they can just fucking roll out, buy Nintendo.
Jesus.
It makes more sense for them to buy
And Nintendo is cheaper than EA, and they'd get established IPs.
You think Nintendo is worth less than EA?
Hell
yes.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
When Nintendo's worth more than Sony. Last time I checked.
I think EA's bigger. EA has more franchises. It's fucking.
I mean, they might have more franchises, but I don't think they're worth more money. Look, I heard somebody typing. Look that shit up. I got an answer.
EA has a market cap of $29 billion.
Okay, then they don't. Well,
Nintendo has a market cap of $42 billion, so they're worth more. But EA is still worth a lot.
Where's Sony sitting at now?
Well, no, actually, I'll take that back. Nintendo has like $22 billion market cap.
Okay, and then EA's
at 34.
29.
So EA is bigger than Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
They
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at all their market caps right now. Sony's sitting at 43, Nintendo's sitting at 30, and EA's at 29.
Jesus.
But you know what doesn't make sense? Why would Apple go for Disney? I mean, sorry, whoops.
But just to give
Nintendo.
you an idea, Microsoft's at 16. No, they're what is Microsoft's market cap?
Well, they're at 532.
They're at 532 billion.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's look at Apple's market cap.
Yeah, they're like at 800, ain't they?
777 billion.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Apple's just
like Microsoft and Apple they would be two giant fish in a very small pond.
And Amazon's at 446.
Yeah,
damn, Amazon is up
if
there.
Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple decided to go after each other in the gaming market, it would literally
They would destroy the gaming market.
They would eat everything.
Well, they would destroy
it
would die.
Slowly happening though. You see it. I mean, you see Amazon, getting the little Crytek shit, and they buying up Double Helix.
Yeah, they buying up
and
shit. They haven't done anything with it.
Lumberyard, right? Yeah.
All it takes is time, man. You see how they started? First,
No,
would
they
just
already
do
had
Because
Double Helix working on
Apple
stuff.
is actually scared of Amazon. Let's
they
be
flying
honest.
them to the house,
Apple's
bruh.
worried. Apple's worried about that Amazon.
Yeah,
That Amazon is in everything. Fucking servers.
yeah.
Fucking getting your shit to you in 2 days.
Yeah, they
Netflix.
want you to buy that little
Like
Echo Dot
Amazon
and stuff. It's
has its
ridiculous.
finger in every single fucking pot on the planet. Like they're
Uh,
just like, yep, we're doing that. Yeah, why not?
Amazon
We're
got
doing
a
that
fucking
too.
grocery store coming, bro.
Yeah. Like Amazon is everywhere. That's why I don't I see like the biggest person that fears Amazon the most, without a doubt, is Walmart. Like
Good.
that's a scary concept. Amazon's fucking everywhere.
All right, let's do what we've been playing. All I've been playing is Forza Horizon 3. So moving
Let me
on.
tell you about that Zelda. Let's just break right to it.
Okay,
That
don't
Zelda,
take too
Was I
long.
right or was I wrong?
that Zelda is so motherfucking good.
I was
It
right.
is really, really good. I'm enjoying it. It's that Zelda. I mean, I've been going and doing like shit that I'm not supposed to do yet, and just fucking getting soul gems. Like my character's already Debo as shit, and I don't even have a horse yet. Like,
Huh. A question for you: are you looking at gods or anything, or are you just doing it?
hell no, I'm just walking around going, look, there's a motherfucking thing over there. I'm gonna go and do that.
That's the way to
This is
play
the
it, man. I
thing.
haven't looked at. I mean, I'm trying so hard not to like look at any.
Like I've gotten to the point in the game where it's like, go fight the 4 beasts, like go free the 4 beasts. That's where I'm at. I just got to that like part, and
Right.
at this point, I have 6 hearts and like 2 stamina upgrades. Like I'm just every time I see a place, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go do that puzzle, and I'm gonna get a soul gem. Because fuck it, why not? But
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I've been-
further than me in that aspect, and I'm more in the story. Have you got a horse yet?
no horse. I'm just walking around, just like
So you seen the
yeah,
horse yet?
no. I don't even know where to get a horse yet. I haven't even seen one in the wild, other than what people have been riding on, like enemies have been riding on them.
Wait till you see a fucking wizard, man.
Yeah. I know I went up on this one hill earlier, and this motherfucker smacked me across the map. Even with my 6 hearts, he just like threw me off the fucking map, and I was like, God damn. So I'm going in places I know I'm not supposed to be. Like,
Have you seen the blood moon yet?
yeah, I've been through 2 blood moons.
You playing that shit? I see you. I see you.
I've been through 2 blood moons. I just like have been walking around. I've been walking to Earth, as Samuel L. Jackson has once said. Walking to Earth.
What do you think about like the weapon system? Like, I mean, like,
The weapon
does it
system's
bother
alright.
you?
I mean, like, there's always some jankiness to Zelda games, but I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm not sitting there. It doesn't. I don't sit there and actively go, "Wow, this sucks." I just go, "Yeah, I know how to play. I know the controls."
Well, I mean, like a lot of people complain that your weapons break too easy and shit.
Yeah, probably a little bit too easy. Like, they should be a little bit more durable.
Yeah.
But it actively makes you go, okay, I need to use the shittier weapon because this is a shittier enemy. Let me save my good stuff for later. Like, I'm always like managing my gear.
Yeah. What have you used the boomerang yet?
No, I have not gotten a boomerang yet.
Man, when you throw one of them damn things and you actually have to catch it by like catching it by hitting A, or you
Yeah.
don't. If you miss it, then you miss that shit. It's just so cool.
But yeah,
it's-
Zelda, fucking fantastic. Mario Kart, of course, is Mario Kart. It's a great game. It's fun to play. Now to Xbox stuff. This is big news, and it should have been the number one thing on fucking news. And I'm very disappointed in Jason not bringing this up, because this is the definitive backwards compatible title. This is
Oh yes.
the fucking juggernaut of titles. Geometry Wars Retro Evolve 2 now backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
This is
Wow.
the definitive, and you know what? It plays like a motherfucking champ. Like, that shit does not stutter. There's no lag input. It just plays like it plays, and it's fucking amazing. I put like another like hour into that game, just sitting there fucking around with it. But that's all I've been playing. That's it. What about you, Steph?
Is it my turn now? I ain't played shit with Zelda and Destiny and Halo. I mean, it's the same old shit. I did download Prey the first hour or whatever, but I can say this right now: that game's gonna flop. I'm sorry, that game's gonna fucking flop. Phil was right. Phil, you was right. The game's gonna flop, man. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You remember when there was a big deal about people not getting codes and shit for Bethesda games? But now they want to fucking release a 1 hour demo of the game before it fucking come out. Get out of here. That game flopping. They ain't enough engagement. They seen like they had 10 pre-orders. Nobody want that game. The game's gonna flop. They should have did the Bounty Hunter game. Get that trash out of here. Get it out.
All right, what game was this again?
Prey.
Oh, Prey. Yeah.
I've
Prey's
heard a
gonna-
lot of good stuff about Prey.
I mean, yeah, you hearing good. I ain't saying it was a bad game. It's gonna flop.
I'm
They ain't
just-
gonna buying that shit.
Uh,
But they should have released the Bounty Hunter game, bro. Come on now. That should have been the fucking Bounty Hunter.
Wait, what Bounty
Right.
Hunter game? What
You don't remember when they first
Oh,
showed
yeah,
Prey
yeah.
2 before they
Prey 2.
canceled it and he was running through the city? He was chasing that dude.
That's a
That shit
long
was-
time ago,
That shit was
dude.
dope, though,
That's
man.
a
Go back and look at
long-
that shit.
that
I don't
was-
care how long ago
that-
it was, man. That shit was
long. It
was
was, but that was a pretty long
I don't want to
time.
be no cup, man. You want me to be a coffee mug, bruh? Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I feel like they made a demo because Dishonored didn't really sell that well, and they made a demo for that one too. That was like way late after they came out, so I think they made a demo just to make it like
Exactly.
yeah.
See? Fallout 4 come that. No, see what? We're going to give
I
Greg.
think the bounty hunter thing was to go after like Gears of War crowd, and this game is not a game that's to go after the Gears of War crowd. I know that sounds crazy to think about, right? But if you remember that, just hold on. I got a reason here. If you remember how he was moving around like a space marine, and that's like how the Gears of War characters are, and then at the end of the trailer, he gets to like an alien or whatever. He, like it was like some monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a completely different tone. It's not about that this time, like I'm just saying. So I think that's why they changed the whole game around. It's a
be.
different crowd. And
It's
look, didn't
because
they
they
just
couldn't
come
finish
off
the
of
fucking
Fallout? Remember, they just came off of Fallout 2, and the way their game is situated, not the same developer, okay? But it's Bethesda, So their games have to go a certain way now. They're not trying to chase after, like the next big Space Marine game like that,
Look, they just need to go ahead and let CD Projekt Red finish that game that they was making. Take those assets and let CD Projekt Red finish it because they can fucking do it if there's a problem.
I mean, that whole thing was a CGI trailer, by the way. It looked cool, but it was a
I
CGI
don't care.
trailer.
That shit. Make a movie out that shit. Give me that game. I want that shit. Microsoft, make that shit. That's what you need to make.
Yeah, but I feel like that it's kind of losing the appeal of the first one because Tommy was the main character of the first Prey, and I think he was supposed to show up. I think he shows up in the trailer too, like kind of as a cameo, like in that Prey 2 trailer, which is pretty cool. You see
The start of
Tommy.
the trailer, I think they did.
Yeah, so it does lose the appeal of having that cool Native American hero. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Turok in some ways, that game. But yeah, I mean, it sucks they rebooted it and just kind of called it Prey. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like they're not like I'm not saying that the damn game is Gears of War. Who they're marketing it to, right? The crowd, it was different than
Yeah.
who they're marketing it now. And because it's a different time now, we're in 2017, and it's a different game.
Oh shit!
It's a
What?
lot
I
of
thought it was
creation.
2006.
Oh my gosh, it's a lot of
Don't
creation.
hate, man. Phil was right. Phil was right.
Phil was right.
I
It's
think the game is
2017.
I think it's a good game, though. I hear a lot of good things about it.
Life's a
Yeah,
lie.
Thing is, games like that, they don't have the same impact as they used to have. Okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, yeah, coming from the demo though, it feels like you have to have a lot of patience for that game. It's so much like reading and like just a lot. You have to have a lot of patience for that game. I feel.
Also, people think the game is like BioShock, and that is not completely true. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like BioShock, and people may go in thinking that because they see certain trailers that show off the abilities you got. That's another problem.
it's not a story-driven first-person game, man.
It seems close. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a story, but it's not like that. I haven't beaten the game, just so everybody listening, but I'm just saying from what I've seen, there is story there, but it's more about the gameplay. It's a lot of
it seems closer to like a Half-Life than anything. Like not like a.
maybe like a Half-Life mixed
Hey,
with
but
like
Half-Life was about
Dead
story,
Space.
bro. Come on, man. That was story.
Yeah, it's like Dead Space mixed with like Half-Life or something. Yeah, it's weird, I guess.
It's a weird type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else got anything they want to throw in?
I haven't really been playing nothing else or anything much except still I've been playing Battlegrounds. I still haven't played Enter the Gungeon yet. Sorry, Will.
Oh, dude, that game is
Haven't
so
gotten
good.
it. I will work on it, but I've just been on and off Battlegrounds, basically. Well, yeah, Battlegrounds. And
Yeah.
I was hearing about more information where the guy was talking about he's trying to get it to consoles now very quickly.
Oh,
They're trying
cool.
to see by the end of the year. We'll see what happens because they made 2 million copies already. That's crazy. It's only in a
Wow,
month. They sold
that's
2
good.
million copies. You know, that was mind blowing. This dude's in. This was the guy from Korea, if I remember correctly. You know, he made a mod. You know, and now this dude's making million. He's a millionaire. It's ridiculous.
That's cool.
All
Very
right.
cool.
Well, if we're all done, I'm ready to be done.
Okay,
Coming up on
Ford.
2 hours.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry about that.
Coming
last
up on
part.
2 damn hours.
Yeah, we don't want this to go to the after
Yeah,
dark.
2
wanna be extra
goddamn
me.
hours. Yeah. we
I know
don't-
Steph has something he wants to tell me, so let's end this.
We don't want to be extra meat, man. Sorry.
I don't want to be taken down by the FCC, so let's just go ahead and end this. All right, everyone, have a nice day. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure write us at letters at Xbox Uncut, and thank you, very big thank you to everyone that wrote into us. Very good letters. We definitely
Yes.
enjoyed them, and like we've always said, if you write us in, we will read them, unless they're really like not proper. but yeah,
racial slurs in there, man.
yeah, don't do anything like that. But we will read your letters. Write us in. Just give us some interesting questions to talk about. Other than that, hey guys, just have a nice day. Have a nice weekend.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, have
Yeah.
a good time. Keep it uncut.
Yeah, write us in and tell
Oh
us
my
your
God.
favorite gravy and tell us if you like Kylo Ren or not.
That's our campaign. That's our campaign to keep people circumcised. It's called keep that uncut. All right, I'm playing the outro. Okay. And we're done recording. Thank you to everyone that
Oh.
came out and watched our stream. It says we got up to about 11 people, so thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And if anyone on the show, if you're listening, write us, man. Write us a letter. Tell us we're dumb.
Yeah. Dusty, you missed the last part of that, dude. You missed it.
I'm good.
Dusty don't
You
care. Dusty don't
You
give a
missed the
shit.
last part, man.
I had to use the restroom, man. That shit had to happen.
You missed
I was
another
mentioning
circumcision
about
joke.
Prey. Yeah, not that shit. That nasty shit. You missed my banter about Prey, man. About how
I
Phil
heard
was
some
right.
of it. I was there. I heard, but I had to use the restroom. So
The problem is that, Steph, is
Much
that
like Prey, Dusty had to take a shit. I'm sorry.
Let's pray we don't smell it over the internet. Now, what was you want to say, Eric?
wow, you guys are trashing this game way too hard.
I haven't even
For
played
one,
it. I'm joking. Jesus.
I'm looking at Prey, and I see a good game here. Okay, ain't gonna lie.
you gotta pray that shit.
I
loads
might
and
have
turn
to
it on.
play it. Oh my god.
Yeah, I played the demo.
All right,
That
guys,
was
I'm
good.
gonna end the stream. Thanks for coming out and listening to us. We really appreciate it. So,
Yeah.
have a nice day.
Man,
Thanks, guys.
Like